Use a narrow nozzle tip and a steady, angled approach to force caulk into tight or deep gaps. Start by choosing the right product and tools. Pick a high-quality silicone or polyurethane caulk suited for wet areas and a 15 to 30 degree cut on a narrow nozzle so the bead can enter small joints. For very deep or wide gaps, compressible foam backer rod of the appropriate diameter prevents three-sided adhesion and gives the caulk something to press against. So measure the gap and select a rod slightly larger than the opening. Hold the gun at a sharp angle to the joint so the tip rides along the back of the gap and squeeze slowly with consistent pressure while pulling the gun forward in one motion to avoid air pockets. When access is limited, start by extruding a small string of caulk onto a scrap surface and then use a hooked putty knife or a narrow flexible spatula to feed the bead into the hole. That lets you control placement without overstressing the joint. For very deep fills, apply in thin layers. Allow each layer to skin over to the touch before adding the next, and tool each layer with a wet finger or tool to compact the bead and expel trapped air. Keep a roll of solvent wipes or warm soapy water on hand to remove excess before it cures and to clean tools between layers. Common mistakes include forcing a large bead into a narrow gap and causing voids or blowouts, so use the smaller tip and work slowly to prevent trapped air. Another error is failing to use backer rod in deep or wide joints, which leads to three-sided adhesion and premature failure. So insert a compressible rod sized slightly larger than the gap and compress it into place before caulking. A third issue is skimping on tooling and layering, which leaves uneven adhesion and surface defects. So tool each pass immediately and follow with thin subsequent layers if the gap requires depth. BigHomeProjects.com connects homeowners with local contractors who list their services and availability, helping you find people who work on tile and tub joints. We host an active discussion community where we share techniques, product experiences, and recommendations, and we make it easy for contractors to find work and for homeowners to ask detailed questions.